Okay, so I'm gonna love this. So you started. You said you were in Denver. Is that where you left from to go to the South Pole?
Yeah, yeah. You're in Denver. You go. You would be there for me as the winter site manager, recruiting people, basically doing interviews. Then we run them through training, a medical training, or there was a fire training school, and then we went to a team building training up in the mountains in Estes Park,
Well,
and you actually
hold on, hold
deployed
on,
from
hold on.
Denver.
Stop, stop,
Yeah,
stop, stop. Fire training.
yeah.
Um, Holy, I hadn't thought about that again until you just said that. Because traditionally you spray water on fire. I'm not sure you can move enough water at this point to stop what you're. Wow. Okay, so give me a little
Yeah.
bit about that.
Well, let me. Yeah, that's a. Here's what happens during the summer period, which is around November 1st to February 15th. There's a group of 7 or 9 firefighters, real firefighters down there. Are firefighters. They're aircraft firefighters that are stationed there during the summer warm months and 24 hours of light to support aircraft. If there was a fire outside or in after they leave, your crew is the 911. That's it. The station starts burning. You have to respond with these guys that had a week training in Denver, and hopefully you've picked up a couple of people that maybe they were a firefighter before, maybe they went through fire school in the Navy, and they had extra skills. I was always looking for that when we were doing the interviews. But when that alarm rang that there's fire in the station, you go, and these guys put on that bunker gear and they have to go. There isn't water. They would be using a lot of dry chemical. The main thing being, is what I was always a proponent of is fire prevention, not fire, putting it out. And it goes back to, I have a safety background. I worked many years ago prior to project management doing environmental safety work. And prior to that in the Marines many years ago, we had a statement, better to sweat in peacetime than bleed in war. And it kind of goes to that, fire prevention, prevent it from happening if you can by being careful with things like candles and any kind of open flames or the type of things that you need to really pay attention to because they could cause a fire. And so far so good, but every crew has faced some kind of fire thing during their winters. To this point, knock on wood, nothing super major, but there have been minor fires that have occurred, and those gallant 1 week trained firefighters were able to do what they needed to do.
I guess you get that many people, things happen. It's still
Yeah,
crazy to think
yeah.
about, though.
Yeah, anything can happen. We had fans burn, the electric motor, windings started going. We had something in a power plant once. It was kind of scary because it's near a fuel line, although it's diesel fuel and it's got a higher flash point. Nonetheless, when that fire alarm went, boy, I'll tell you, nothing got my attention like that, because it tells you there's fire in the station, and that will definitely get your attention.
As I say, there's no fear worse than having no station and no communication, and then you're just, ugh.
Oh, yeah, if that station burnt. Now, there's a lifeboat thing in the station. There's actually a wing that can be doors shut. Even though it's inside the station, it has these exterior doors, and you could spend the winter in there with your crew with this little generator and sleeping on each other. It would be really rough, but that's what would happen under the worst conditions that, thank God, have never happened.
Oh, that sounds much better than standing outside freezing.
They'd be much better than that. About anything would be better than that.
Oh, but still.